Good afternoon, YouTube. This is my 112 scale Ferrari 330 P4, 1967, the number 24 winner of Le Mans, third place winner. And this will be my review. I'm making this review in response to the lack of reviews about it on YouTube. And I thought that I would make a video of my own critiquing this model. Let's begin. The radiator in particular, the one thing I guess you can pay for with CMR models is they're a little bit about cutting corners to save the on the price. This is just a plastic fill-in piece. This radiator is not highly detailed. I would have painted it a little bit more with some black accenting to make it appear more realistic. And this particular component here, which is not a component at all, it's just a plastic fill-in that's had a few drops of silver paint thrown on it. That is at a distance, like you would never, you wouldn't really notice it that much, but as soon as you scrutinize it, I mean, this is not very well done. In addition, the headlight lenses appear to be not painted very well, in the sense that it's been improperly masked, you can say. There we go. Pardon me, the autofocus is not really working very well. So you can see that there is a discrepancy right there, where they failed to mask it properly. So that's a cover that you would apply, since the center is black, and you can see that the paint is actually chipped off there. So that's a discrepancy I found. I can't really complain too much. This model only cost me 325 Canadian dollars, which compared to the 118 scale was about half. The 330 P4s are increasingly becoming more and more expensive. But anyhow, my next critique will be that of the rims. I do believe that the rim color on this car is a little bit too much. How shall I put it? It's like a yellowish gold instead of a brass, instead of a bronze. If anybody has seen the P4 in real life, you'll know that the rims are quite a lot darker. I've seen it at concours events, and I mean they appear to be more bronze, and not so much like this. This is acceptable for just, you know, I suppose for the paint price, maybe. And again, at a distance, you wouldn't be able to know it until you actually own this car, that you would see that the paint is actually not accurate. In addition, there is there's writing on the wheel identifying each tire. So it's kind of like this decal here, except it's in white ink, and it goes right there, and it's something like LF number 24, something like that. It identifies each tire with white writing ink. In addition, there is a couple of vents. I know that you probably can't see it, but I hope you can. There are two air ducts that exist in this channel right here that go to ventilate the brakes. And it's non-existent. It's just a plastic channel. So that's missing. In addition, if we look under the car, this is just a plastic panel that's all one piece, and then the oil pan is painted silver. Pardon me. There you can see it now, which is very disappointing. This is a piece that you'll never be able to see. But again, the engine bay on this car is one of the most beautiful It is one of the most beautiful features of the real car, and I wish that they hadn't covered it with this panel. It is accurate according to the photographs that I've seen of this model. But what a pity. It's really one of the most beautiful engine bays. The Italian artisans crafted it. And everything is hand built, so you can actually see the beautiful hammer marks where they hammered, say, the intake. And it's really a beautiful piece of craftsmanship, and unfortunately it's covered on this model. Moving to the interior, the seats to me are not all that impressive. I apologize, maybe there's not a good angle that I can get it without the light, perhaps not. There you go. Again, I would have used some black accenting to make the seats a little bit more, the seams at least, to appear more accurate, you could say. I wanted to say lifelike, but accurate is a better word. The windshield wiper it does the job, but again, it's just another piece of cheap plastic. If we move to the center console, you can see that that round piece in the middle there, underneath the gauges, that's actually supposed to be painted silver, and there's another piece beneath that which is also having to be painted silver. And also there are switches to the right of that, which in this model is just a decal, which are sticking out maybe, well, on this model it'd probably be a short amount, maybe a 16th of an inch, and they're probably, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, 5 little switches right there, in the middle left of that air vent, you could say. So what I'm thinking is maybe I'll tear this model apart and make some corrections with a little bit of black accenting here and there, paint those silver to be more accurate, consistent with the original car. But again, CMR keeps the price down by cutting certain corners, and I guess, you know, if they didn't do that, I wouldn't be able to afford this model. But in the future, if I do have a little bit more money, I will purchase the actual kit to assemble. The lights are okay, I guess you could say. They do their job, but they're not pretty. I probably will end up repainting this with a more of a amber look instead of, well, you can see there it's very plastic-like, and I have some paint that I could perhaps repaint that a little bit more amber to make it more accurate. There is a rubber tire in this bay. I don't know if you can see it, but it is genuine rubber. The latches here are just plastic painted. They don't impress me very much at all, but again, they're fixed in place and they're hard plastic. Exhaust, well, again, that does pass. In many of the photos that I've seen, they are white. So, but the kit that I've seen, they're actually real metal. But in this, they're just plastic. Pardon me. The paint job is okay. It's a high gloss red. I couldn't guess what the actual color would be, but maybe Rosa Scuderia might be my guess, but that's most likely not accurate. Apart from those, I'm quite happy with the scale of this model, with the price that I paid. The details leave you wanting more, but you know, at a distance, you know, it's quite a lovely model to behold. It's not that bad to look at. It was a necessary addition to my collection. The 330 P4 is one of the most beautiful Ferraris ever built. I particularly like it from that angle. The rear of the car, really, it's magnificent. But apart from those problems that I just outlined, I've owned this car for a month. I have to say I'm relatively happy that I purchased it. And again, the 118 scale models of this car are very expensive, something like 700 Canadian dollars plus shipping. But this model, again, only cost me about 325 Canadian dollars with shipping. So call it 400, something like that. So I hope that this video, if you're considering buying this model, you know, might help you to make your decision. There are many things that I could criticize about the general quality of specific components, but again, I guess you save quite a bit of money compared to the kits, which are almost double, if not triple the price. So this model is a relative bargain, I guess you could say, but it's not highly detailed as I would like. Thank you for your attention. Please like and subscribe, and please comment below. I really would appreciate any questions that you have about it, and I would like to address them. Anything that you would like to criticize about my video, but I hope that overall this video is helpful to you. Thank you for your time and attention. Bye-bye.